Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube, Twitch, and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on YouTube or subscribing to our Twitch. These are relatively cheap activities that give you some cool emotes and help us out so very much. If you're interested in joining any of our campaigns or communities, you can do so by clicking on the link for our Patreon down below or just chatting with me on Discord. Proteum Joey. I'm really easy to find on every platform. You do either one of those, and we'll try to get you situated in any of our games. We have open slots available in each of our campaigns, including this one, excluding the 90s campaign, because we just filled that last slot. So, interested? Reach out, let me know. Now, without further ado, Kat, tell us what happened last session.
Last session, we came across a wounded and worn out soldier, at least from first glance. Quivering and worried, we went to investigate to find out that it seems to be of the religious type. He seemed a bit fanatic at first until, you know, we fed him some soup to help slap him back into reality, to say. Mm. Of course, he belongingly told us about his party's failed adventures with this worm that seemed to be way bigger threat than they perceived, clearly. We, being a group, are in need of that worm, so we give him word to just relax here until he's ready to move on, and we deal with the worm. He tried his best to stop us, pleaded with us, and even worried for us. But we being we kept on going forward because we needed that worm. Sorry. Hmm. Eventually, we come across an overlooking, a terrain of ice, rock, and thick snow. We did learn that there were traps set out by the previous party that didn't seem to have gone off, and so we as a party had to go and investigate and search for some of the traps if we wanted to, and with some luck, we found at least two arcane mines, to say. Special that they will only trigger once a creature has gone inside of its radius and leave its radius. Lucky for that, but anyone who's caught inside is going to have a bad time. After a little bit of discussion, the druid Fliddish chose to go down and meet the worm on its own terms, where Damson sends off a firebolt to send the worm in a direction of one of the mines to try and rodeo it into, exploding. With target practice of Adeline and the superb skill of Mr. Amazing, we all were able to defeat the worm uh, with very little time of pure dumb luck. And in doing so, the party, in their own unique skills and traits, such the worm, and were able to get a few scales, enough for a decent robes to do its beneficial job, only to find other loot within that made it kind of redundant. a little bit funny that, but hey, whoever had it before surely doesn't have it now, if you catch my drift. The party took some of the swag and went back to their chariot to find a scrumptious note upon it, fancy writing all in all, and within it, it just tells that the soldier of before was very worried for us, and just in case if we have died, he plans to come back and at least try to bury us, and we thought that was a very kind gesture. Cat start to make a new letter in fancy writing with their calligraphy skills. And had to write a few reworks, of course, because the original note didn't go too well, but you know, party changes their minds. To the final draft of, we're going to return. We just went back to the mountains as we need stuff. We left your companions' bodies neatly so you can do the rites that you need to do. We shall come to your city very soon on our way back. Signed, Cat. After that, we started to travel more up until we got to a passing, a Tetris route where we could hear scrolling from what seems to be harpies. We as a party went into our debates and started to argue among ourselves of what is right, what is wrong, what should we do, and finally discussed where two of us will stay in the back, now free, where two of us will go and try and convince the harpies to allow us safe passage, as we mean no harm. We're just simply people who wish to traverse their homeland, not conquerors. And that's where we're at.
So, I need one of you to roll me a survival check. If you are proficient in cartographers, you can roll that instead, utilizing wisdom with advantage. This is going to be the person finding where a good, advantageous location to try to openly meet the harpies would be, to give your offering.
Could Fladish do that?
Absolutely. I'm not going to have them do anything unless you ask them.
Yeah. I can also.
Okay.
Yeah, she can either do it or I can do it.
Oh,
but
Mr.
she's.
Amazing.
Miss-
Screw it, you're here. You
Mr.
do it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
did not
have.
know you had that. Sorry.
I don't have cartographers, but I do have survival.
Okay.
All right. Survival.
We're in the same boat.
Oh fuck.
7.
Could I help him, because you know
You have survival?
I've got cartographers.
Then yes, you
Oh,
could. Yes.
Hell yeah.
So you're
One of us.
helping?
We can do it. Yeah, I'm helping. You can
Okay.
do it amazing. You can do it amazing.
Oh, there's a better spot over. There's a better spot over there. It's better than my first one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all fucking white. It's
That
just-
shrubbery looks a bit nicer.
You see that precarious peak over there? Just
That one's just slightly less precarious.
yeah. More or less what you can discern, since this is not a environment you are adept at potentially fighting things, is that Kat and Damson probably just have to be further away from you and Ada as you're at higher elevations. That would make sure that you two can keep a better eye out, and those two can be more out in the open. But you don't really find any special hints or anything as to where else you could be. So Damson and Kat, as I typed out in chat, everybody, please, please, please take note of what I said. I will type it again just to make sure. Okay?
35 drop.
Okay.
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 You all got that.
30 foot. Yeah, 30 foot is like what? Depth, right?
30 foot is not death. 100 feet without anything interfering is death. 30 foot is 3d6 bludgeoning. And it's not even a sheer drop, it's like a tumbleable, so even if you fall down it, it's going to be considered a dex save.
Okay, yeah.
So you
yeah,
could
no, it makes
potentially like
sense.
slide down the.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright.
If you roll high enough on the dex save, you're not really taking bludgeoning damage, you're just sacrificing movement.
Yeah.
But if you
Just
fail the
remember-
dex save, you're taking bludgeoning damage, and you spent the movement.
If it's a nat 1, you're going down 2.
Yeah, you're tumbling all the way down.
Oh, I have a whole system. This, remember, you're climbing like a deep incline ravine towards where the Titan's resting body is.
Yeah.
Off the map, everybody, is where it becomes a sheer drop.
Okay.
Oh.
If you fall down there and you don't have something to stop your fall or slow it, you're dead.
You done goofed.
Revivifiable, but you're dead.
There-
You think we have Revivify?
I'm just saying.
Be right back.
There is.
There's a dynamic light there. I will turn it on
Okay.
because these people down here cannot see up here because of the drop that you're on. Like you're on a level and then it drops downwards, right?
Yeah, but I can see down, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll from higher elevation you will be able to see down. From lower elevation you will not be able to see up.
That makes
um,
sense. I did. Yeah, I just had that black thing, but you already mentioned it, so.
Yes. So where would you like to position yourself, Ada and Mr. Amazing? Keep in mind, whenever you're drawing distances, you have to add 15 feet because the Pythagorean theorem, diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific reason I can't see further than over here?
I turned the dynamic lighting off.
Let's see.
I was supposed to. Oh, here.
No,
Nope,
What about that?
There we go.
Oh, there you
That's
are.
better.
Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Oh, and I never flipped this one. My bad.
I was expecting a dragon to be underneath it or something.
No.
I was like, why is it only me and Damson? I mean, this is the weird place.
Yes. So yeah, this cliff drops 30 feet down to this one. So that means if you're jumping down to the platform that Damson and Kat are currently on, that's 60 feet, Ada and Amazing. Okay?
Okay, so we'll have
Yeah.
to go via that one.
Yeah, to get down to this one. They cannot see up the cliff when I turn the lighting back on, but you guys can see down it. It is broad daylight, so vision prowess is vision prowess. You're fine. As I stated, sheer drop if you go off the map. Bye-bye. Unless you have something to slow your descent.
How deep does it seem like the snow is generally?
Because most of it is pretty sheer, it's only like 4 to 6 inches at any depth.
Oh, okay. So, not enough to cushion you.
Yeah, and then the drop, it's 30 feet. I just want to make sure. I know it's 30 feet. I know it's a dex save. And if we save high enough, then we don't take damage. But does it?
It's going to be a scale. I mean, I can just tell you guys what the
Yeah.
scale is right now. 17 equals no damage, half movement spent. 15 equals no damage, movement spent. 13 equals full damage, movement spent. 11 equals full damage, movement spent / prone. 9
Okay, cool.
or lower,
Instant death.
no, equals another fall and full damage and movement spent and another dex save. So if you fall down the first one and you fail, You roll again, you're taking the damage, and you're spending the movement as you just keep falling. But that's only if you roll 9 or lower on your deck save.
I have no way to stop you.
We, instead of doing a deck save, can we do performance at advantage?
You can perform as much as you would like on your way down.
It'll go on your performance overview.
Oh.
You see him striking poses midair, and that's why he keeps falling.
Boop-a-dee-ah-ho.
Mm. So, do I have to do anything special to be able to hide up here at all? Or
No. Since you guys are taking preparations, like,
Right.
you're both proficient in stealth, and you're an expert in it, you put a cloak over you, you cover it in snow. Like, you can't remain like that forever, but you'll be able to blend into the environment. But I just want to know where you guys plan on waiting. This is the highest point you can get where you're still within possible hearing distance of your allies.
And they do we know exactly where the thingamybobbies, harpies?
You're guessing they're going to intersect Cat and Damson when they're out in the open and call for them. You're not
Okay.
sure where they're going to perch. They fly, so they ignore the elevations.
Yeah. I'm thinking Lady Adeline. Lean? Is it yeah, should we do you think we should drop down one more level or
Well, I suppose could. The idea was to stay a fair distance away, right?
yes,
But,
I'm just
if they are going to try and like push us off the edge, then it would probably be smart to be a bit further down.
yes, because I'm thinking as Cat and Damson I mean yes, I was thinking as None of Your Business and Damson were moving forward. We should trail behind them. I don't know what your range is like, but those drops are going to reduce mine for sure.
I have a short bow, so it's not perfect distance-wise, but I mean, it should be fine.
Don't forget to add 15 feet for every drop.
Yeah. But it's got a 90-foot range, so.
Okay.
And if you're on this higher one, that's going to be 30 additional feet. It's
Yeah,
15
'cause
for
it's-
each elevation.
15. So if they were way over here, it's like adding, I forget if it was 45 or 60, but I counted it up. 15, 30, 45, 60. Oh, it was more than that over right.
Yeah, so from this distance, way up high as you guys are, that's 70 feet. And then if they were down here and you're trying to fire down upon them, that is
85.
85, yeah.
Also, if we move down farther now, we won't have to do it if combat does erupt.
Well, maybe we just go down on this place then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I do need stealth checks from the two of you.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, and
That's going to help him out a lot. I
this is a
assume.
new day, right?
Correct.
I can't move my token past the.
I can't either.
I moved you down. Here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, all right. The average, I think, is 25. Um, I'm not that good at math, but
Swapped out one character that worked well with Ada for another one that worked well with Ada. I didn't mean to do that.
goddamn power gamer. No. Alrighty. So the two of you creep down to that lower elevation, pulling up your winter blankets that you already covered in snow so that you blend into the environment very well. If you're stuck like this longer than a few hours, there's going to be some con saves, but if it's less than that, you should be fine, given your clothing, your knowledge, all of that fun jazz. Now, Damson and Kat, are you comfy where you are right here, or did you want to move around anywhere else?
Move one away from the ledge.
That's a good
Yeah.
call. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I fancy being like right there.
Of course, I'm next to Cat because that's just how we roll.
Typically, yeah.
Two travelers.
Yep.
It's hard to see the squares, so there we go. I get super
If you
close.
select your token, you can do this very neat trick where you hit left, and it moves you left,
okay,
or
okay.
right, and it moves you right.
Okay.
That is a tool I'm trying to get everybody to use, because, like, it's just so much easier. You want to know how far you move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, right here is perfect.
All right.
And Ada, we knocked out Flittish, and you're wearing one boot of warmth, and I'm wearing the other, right, to keep warm in the
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah, that's it.
We're going to say that Flittish is, like, needing to dry off again elsewhere. Like,
Well, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
listen, I can only do so much last minute, guys. It's
We're
the
good.
best I can.
She's protecting the. She's up above protecting the cart or something. I don't know. Something we'll figure it out.
She is
Her cart's back in
protecting
the
that
cave.
mountain. That is her
Mhm.
mountain.
No, she's making icicles to throw at the harpies.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
there.
yes,
That's
yes,
good.
yes, yes, yes.
Thanks.
Alrighty, though.
Are you proficient in that, Ada?
Icicles?
Ice daggers? Yeah.
Hmm,
Ice knife. Ice knife.
no,
Ice knife. Alrighty.
that's a survival skill, I think.
Well, everybody, time to get into the action. Damson and Cat, I need the two of you to roll me a performance check. This is going to be the two of you trying to make it look like you are not in conflict with them, but not weak. You know enough about these monsters that if you show signs of weakness and too much kindness, they will try to kill you and take advantage of that. You can't be weak around them. But if you don't show enough passiveness to them, they may take you as a threat and also attack you.
Okay. Performance it is.
21,
22.
22.
I think that's an average of 22. Yeah. Nice, guys. So, as you were moving outwards, how much food did you gather that you were trying to offer?
I believe we agreed at least 3 nests full, as that's where we figured is a good amount, as is how many nests we could find in our glance.
You said 3 or 4 what?
At least like food's worth. So we have rations, some meats. I believe Dansom has the list.
Yes, post your list. That would help me out a lot more. Because that may raise or lower the DC to how they treat you.
It is.
Okay.
the worm meat in there to signify that we are strong. We can kill a worm.
Yes, yeah, that's more than likely what that will convey. So, the two of you are walking out there, dragging with you a shortened makeshift sled full of these things, and whistling periodically, dragging the things with you and looking around. Let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's not all of them.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Let me turn on the lighting.
Ooh, harpy zombies.
As you are bringing the food forward, you see a couple of these creatures flying around carefully, beginning to descend down towards you. Just a few, as they hover in the air, and they begin barking something over at you. Let me look at their language again. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Wait, did they move the language portion on the sheet? Oh, yeah, there it is. You pesky dragon thing in Wintress territory. That is what it says.
In what language?
Broken Common.
Broken Common. Okay.
Yeah. They speak Common.
In your territory, I recognize. Passage we seek.
It
Offerings of food we bring.
They fly a little closer towards you, and this one actually steps onto the frigid mountainside. You see their feathery arms and wings have these very thick overgrowths that give them somewhat like a almost furred shell around themselves. So they begin looking at it. Not many food. You think we're small?
No. Small you are not. But meat from powerful creature we do offer with.
Yeah.
I'll like go over, like uncover the worm meat.
Mm-hmm. It'll come closer to you and go to the worm meat. You kill Sahalam.
Yes. Depending on the harpy sense of smell, they might be able to smell some of that said meat on my breath as well, showing I've eaten some as well.
Yes. Sits there and observes you. Damson, I need you to roll me a persuasion roll. Ada, Cat, and Mr. Amazing, I need the three of you to roll me perception checks.
Persuasion. Okay.
Cat is just focused on the harpy in front of them. Their feathers are so pretty.
And I'm mostly focusing on the other two harpies, trying to get a sense of whether they are looking at someone else.
Ada, you notice
Hey.
you're going to be the only one who sees this one, so I will label them. Ada, your color is blue, I think?
Yep.
You notice that one creeping closer, as well as this one creeping closer. They swoop down low and they seem to be climbing up slowly, sticking to the ledges. Nobody else seems to be reacting to them either. As they like slowly creep around. If it has a blue dot, guys, you do not notice it unless you're Ada.
Okay.
So we just check the distances here. So I had 15 feet.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna whisper softly over to Mr. Amazing. Just, I see 2 more of them on the sides, on each flank.
I scan.
Yep.
Okay.
You look around. With Ada telling you that they're there, you can trust it, but if you wish to. Unfortunately, they do camouflage into the snow magnificently well. Now, if Ada points it out to you, but that's, that requires you to scoot next to him. And anyways, this one looks at the offerings. Rodent offered as well. Live meat.
No.
Yes.
2 more pieces of worm. I'll bring out 2 more rations. Killed this morning. Or no, it was 2 days ago, right?
Yeah. Maybe 2, maybe. I think a few days ago.
I think it was like 3 or 4.
Yeah. But still fresh. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
still
cold.
fresh.
It's fine.
Yeah. 2 more pieces of the worm meat.
Go ahead and roll me another persuasion, since you're not trying to intimidate it into stopping.
$18 again.
Pass through, where go?
Into the valley. Into the corpse of the giant creature.
You die there.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Not die. We need more meat when leave. And it begins trying to take the meat that you currently offered it onto the sled.
I will step a foot closer to, like, your word and your clan's word. Passage guaranteed.
It looks past you at Cat, seemingly. Damson, I want a perception check from you.
$16.
Okay. Well, because it's drawing your attention in that direction, you notice this one creeping up in the snow, as this one seems to look over at that one. The one in front of you looks over at that one, and it looks around. Let me finally roll the perception check for them. Actually, scratch that. They can't hit a 25. Yeah, no, they're not going to notice any more of you. You have more meat. Leave now. No have to pay later.
Insight.
Go for it.
14.
Oh, yes, let me roll a charisma check. They are clearly trying to take advantage that it's just two of you, trying to force and take more. You are going to have to give them more food upon leaving, sure, but that's if you leave at all, and if you take this route. But they're trying to really push the envelope since there's only two of you, and it clearly trusts how many more Wintress Harpies are here.
I suggest you take what's currently offered, and then wait for more upon our return. And I'd like to subtle cast suggestion on it.
Ooh. Alrighty. You know, it is super good at these, what is that, wisdom?
Wisdom.
Super good with that +0 wisdom. Holy shit. Alright, 13? That's a failure,
Yeah,
right?
that failed. That's failed.
It'll nod its head. Yes, we take this offer and wait for more. It takes the bundle and drags it towards itself. And so long as you concentrate on that spell, it will wait here for 8 hours.
Well, I meant more of like,
Yeah.
yay. Yeah.
It'll wait
I
here
guess
for
I did-
8 hours. That's the spell.
I guess I did say wait here for more, yeah. I guess I did phrase it.
Yeah.
Good. Come on. And I will motion for a cat to come with us. Tell the rest of them they can go.
We wait. They leave.
Start walking this way to see if this one even tries to stop.
Oh, it's hiding and camouflaged in. It's just watching you.
Cat doesn't see it.
Nope. Not with a 9.
Yeah, no. They're still just looking at this harpy and seeing just the feathers. It's pretty.
I attempt to scoop cat up before they walk into the one that's camouflaged.
Oh yeah. Cat's a small snack to them. But yeah.
Just scoop?
And you pick up your allies. Same manner,
Yep.
like just Cat, Slinky, Ada, and
Are
Whistle
you-
for the...
Okay.
I'll whistle towards the other ones. Come on, guys.
Okay. I'll actually wait for Mr. Amazing first, and then I'll step up.
All right, I will uncover my. I'll stand up. 15 feet of movement. Boom. Boom. And then I will start to move down toward Cat and Damson. Is that the way out to the left?
no, it's down. You guys are heading down.
Oh, we're heading
That's
down.
what.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would have been too
Sorry.
easy.
But I thought we were heading left to escape. My bad. We'd be heading that way then.
Through all of them.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Stand
And then
up
I'm
as
in-
well.
I'll attempt to. This is fucked. I'll attempt to move down to the next layer. Not layer, but layer. The next dip. And it doesn't let me. I don't think it lets me go past the.
I'll use some of the climbing equipment we have to make a rope to toss down there so that we aren't sliding down and risking it.
Okay. So
Cat's just climbing down.
I do need a general intimidation from the other two. You have advantage because they did not notice you. And they were looking.
All right, here we go.
One roll from each of us, or what?
Intimidation from both of you at advantage. Yeah. I said advantage.
Yep.
All right, 14 and 16. All right. The harpies seem, other than the one that is currently charmed by Damson, seems utterly pissed off that more of you are moving through without more food being offered, but they also are weary of what the hell you guys are doing here. To be fair, you did just take a fucking frostworm's chunk of meat and say, here, we have spare.
Yeah.
And their talker is currently charmed as well. All right, so Damson, you're using rope, so everybody, you can roll me athletics or acrobatics, since you're not forced to do so in like quick time during a combat, to get to the lower landings.
Okay.
The rope gives
With
you
it-
advantage.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah. We're using the same system, by the way.
15. You scroll up.
Here, I'll post it again.
No damage for me, but movement spent. Wait, no. Yeah, no. Movement spent.
Ada, aren't you proficient?
Not in acrobatics.
Oh.
Athletics? Because it's acrobatics or athletics.
No, neither of them.
I-
I'm better at acrobatics than athletics.
Yeah.
I can say that
Alright.
much.
And you have advantage, Cat.
No,
Yep.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Have you ever seen a cat try to climb a rope? They're great at trees. Ropes?
Yeah, I find it just way more funnier.
All right, well, Cat,
Oh,
you will take 8 points of bludgeoning. I'm just doing this for each obstacle,
Yeah.
everybody. Mr. Amazing, 15, no damage, movement spent. Good shit, you're fine. Damson, you're fine. Ada, 12, puts you at full damage and movement spent. You end up climbing and you lose your hand and oh, that fucking hurt. So 8 bludgeoning on you as well, Ada. Some of the harpies begin laughing at all of you as you do that. I need another round of intimidation rolls, everybody.
Intimidation.
Ada, when you
Straight roll, right?
yes, now it's straight roll. Ada, when you shoot up glaring at them, you don't realize that snow has formed itself like a mustache over your face.
Yeah.
Cat? Okay, nice. Yeah, they seem to still not want to be fucking with you all, but you definitely know that they are nearing closer. Another 30 to get down to this one. You guys only have to
Yep.
succeed 2 more times.
Another climbing kit. We got it. We got like 7 of them. I purchased before we got you down.
Mm-hmm. Also, keep track of this. One of you has cartographers. You can keep track of this area because you're leaving the pittance behind. All right, guys.
All right.
Oh,
here we
Ada, you already
go.
rolled yours. Yep. Ada, you're good. Mr. Amazing,
19.
you're good. Cat, you're good. You just climb your own way down there. Damson? Also good. No more intimidation needed, but you need to make it over the last ledge and obstacle before they
Yep.
will stop prowling for you.
Another climbing kit. I prepared.
Hell yeah. That's the
When
point
we
of
heard
them.
mountain, it's like, yeah, no, yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Cat, that's another 10 bludgeoning damage. Damson makes it down, no problem. Ada, you rolled 19 as well. Yeah. All right. You all make it down more or less completely safe. And as you continue tracking through here, you notice the harpies all begin approaching towards the edge and then begin flying away. Still watching you from a distance, but counting and looking backwards, you notice there was one more of them higher up on the prow above you two.
Ah.
They still didn't notice you, but they were there.
Pat Cat on the head and do a quick cure wounds.
Yes.
Ah, what was that for? I was leaving my scent on the ground to tease them.
Right, and you left plenty of it. Now you're not leaking your scent.
Says you.
I'll use a healing kit on myself.
Ada, was you trying to do the same as I? To state your territory?
Yes.
Well, you smell fine.
They always do.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you about the perfume I've noticed you wear occasionally.
Yes, what about it?
Where did you get that?
Well, let me see. I bought one. That was a long time ago, actually. It's but I bought some new ones in EXANDRIA.
I'll have to go to the shop someday.
It is called Eau de
Dialects.
Jolivet. Yeah.
Chevrolet, yeah.
So, as you all have reached the next obstacle of descending down the mountain, circumventing the Wintrust harpies, at least for now. You will have to offer more food, Damson, on your way out. But at least the way down there is going to be relatively easy for you all to achieve. You continue scaling down, down, and down until you inevitably reach the bottom of this ravine. You can see before you this stretch of landscape that enters over towards what appears to be a large, craggy, mountainous cave entrance. But the more you all look at it, I need insight checks from each of you.
17.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
That one. For free.
14.
All right, well, Ada and Damson. As you begin looking over, carefully observing, that's not the mouth of a cave. Cat, what?
Oh, I didn't do it. Sorry. Oh, it's not working. Continue.
Okay. As you begin to look closer at it, that is not the mouth of a cave. No. It is something far bigger and far more dangerous than that. What you are looking at appears to be the open maw of this slumbering titan in this territory. Skeletal in nature, completely ripped asunder and left here to rot and to meld into the mountains itself. You can make out where the crown of its head seems to have now melded with centuries into the mountainous area itself. You see protrusions of these sharp-looking pillars sticking out from the ground that resemble a rib cage as well. This thing is far bigger than any creature any of the three of you have ever seen. Or sorry, two of you succeeded? Yeah.
Good.
Mr. Amazing, you are blissfully unaware of how magnificently terrifying this entire adventure is right now. So is Cat. Blissfully unaware. I think that's the phrase.
Yeah.
Why exactly are we heading do we need to go inside? Because this is not a cave.
I'm thinking that the salt we know, if I remember right, is also inside or attached to the Titan.
More abundant inside attached to it, yes.
Well, this may or may not be the cave, but the salt is more deep within the Titan if we find it.
Right. Well, that cave there is the mouth of the Titan.
Ah, then let's go in.
Just give Ada that look of I know what you're saying with the mouth of like. You see it too.
Yes.
Okay, let's be cautious then.
I don't see anything.
Probably for the better.
Probably.
Right there, the cave. See how the rock and it looks like there's a depth in there. That's the cave, right there.
That's just a hole.
It's also known as a cave. Yes.
So,
Well, I suppose it would be idiotic to turn back now, so let's continue.
Especially paying all that food.
What?
Especially offering all that food.
Right.
And being so close to all that salt.
I am still not sure it was the brightest idea to alert the harpies to our presence. If there is something inside and we come out in a wounded state, I doubt they will not take advantage of the situation.
Look at it this way.
That's what I'm planning for.
Fair enough. And I looked at it more of this of considering we're not the only people to come up this direction. Should the normal people come this way for the salts, they're not going to be accosted by harpies due to our fuck up, or our choice to murder them all. In fact, it should help the others further down the line, realizing, oh, we can trade food for passage? Brilliant.
I don't care about others further down the line. I care about us right now.
Fair. Understandable.
So, it's just... Well, didn't she say something along the lines of it will kill us if we go inside?
No. She simply stated that she thinks that we would die because the harpies would die going in there.
Right, well...
I mean, flying creature inside confined area, that's kind of how that works.
Well, sure, but I mean, this is their territory. They're bound to have some experience with other people coming up here and going probably inside and not coming back out. So we should be prepared for some sort of danger inside.
Agreed.
Yes. And a confined area does not necessarily kill flying creatures. I've seen many a bird in a cage.
A bird in a cage is much more limited in what they can do than a bird out in the sky. That was the point I was making.
Well, I understand. Yes.
so
Ada here is the bird in the cage.
Sure. When you think about it, aren't we all birds in a cage?
No, I'm a cat.
No.
Right.
more
It was a
philosophy.
philosophical question. But
I make myself look like a harpy. Now I'm a harpy. I can't fly
Congratulations.
though, don't ask.
right. Well,
And I haven't got the flight feathers.
I wanted to just put it out there so that once we come back outside, if we are, let's say, weakened from some sort of fight, if the harpies attack us, we should make an effort to make the first of them that we kill a very brutal showing of force.
Oh,
Don't-
agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
Just-
Yes. Don't hold back.
Right.
This was just more of a precaution of if we had to fight now and go down there in a weaker state than where we were, this is the best course.
Give me 10 minutes before we go in. I just want to do something real quick. And I'll pull out my book and I start drawing a picture. Do 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 do, and I'm ritually casting water breathing on everyone.
I strike a pose thinking he's drawing me.
Yeah.
Are you done yet?
There we go.
And all of you feel this, like, strange tingle around your necks.
What did you do to me?
Just making it easier to breathe. Should, I don't know, fire set off a tsunami or something?
What?
We can all breathe in water now if needed. We don't know what's in there.
I could do that already.
Oh.
But now I can do it twice as best? Ah, you are amazing.
You're welcome.
You don't, by chance, have any sort of trick to cure brain damage or something, do you? Look over at Cat.
I'll work on that.
Okay,
I
so
mean, I
in
might
the
have
future,
power a bit
greater
too hard.
restoration. Got it? Or regenerate, depending on the severity of the...
I would allow regenerate because pairs.
So,
Yeah.
as you all are marching closer and closer in towards it, when you approach over towards the mouth of this titan, as it is pointed out to you all, you can really take in the magnitude of this mountain range and this body you are now walking into. The mouth itself stretches nearly 40 feet across. Just the mouth. The head melds into the mountain directly behind you, and the hollow nature and divots within its eyes and nostrils, where its skeletal-like nature is, leaves a hollow whistle-like sound coming out towards you all. Very low-pitch one, as wind seems to cultivate in and pushes outwards. Those of you proficient in survival know that means there's a constant flow of air from the outside heading in, which means potentially toxic gas is something you probably don't have to worry about unless something spawns it. No?
How
As-
dry is the air?
How dry is the air? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
coming out.
roll me a nature check. Interesting.
A 6. Hello today.
You sniff the air and then just start sneezing. You're allergic to something.
No. Yeah, just keep on sneezing. Oh gosh, there's something in there. Oh.
Will you keep quiet for damn sakes?
I put
don't
my
know
face
if
in the
there
snow
is-
and sneeze. And it puffs up everywhere.
It is quiet though. And Ada, if you push down really hard, just
As Mr. Amazing is doing that, I'm just going to like be by the cave and just kindly like muttering to myself in like just a spirit of the great primordial creature here. I asked for safe and passage towards the depths of your inside so that we may retrieve some salt in an effort to cure our friends. May the death and rest of your spirit be undisturbed by our interactions.
So
It's not
Meanwhile-
religious.
no.
It's just respecting the spirit.
Yeah, you are showing respect to the spirit of the Titan that slumbers here.
While Damson is doing that, I'm turning to Mr. Amazing. So, have you heard? Well, I know you have some experience with the wizards back in Polvar. Do you
Yes.
know if do they always have to excavate this salt?
They don't have to excavate it, but it's very valuable. It's difficult. Many people perish and die coming up here to get it.
Right.
Do I know if they are taking Joey? Do I know if they're taking the salt for anything specific or just kind of?
You're unaware of any greater reason why they take the salt, but you are aware that they do some amounts of experimentation with it.
It's very valuable. I don't know of anything specific that they are working on with it, but
Well, no, I'm sort of because yes, it is valuable. So the idea was that we should try to take note of every tiny detail of the environment, because salts are crystals. So if we are able to replicate the environment someplace and take some of the crystals with us and place it in that environment, we might actually be able to grow these salts.
yes, their crystalline nature, of course, makes sense.
Alrighty. Well,
And then,
Take my
as
note-
canon, I
notebook
will every once in a while pull out my spell book. I'll pull out my book and just write down things about the environment that we're going into.
Yeah,
for
I'm
notes.
doing the same with my notebook.
cool. So you two aren't keeping watch. Damson and Kat, perception checks, please.
Of course not. We're not having a fabulous conversation.
Yeah.
Could even say amazing.
Come
Oh,
on,
I saw
Kat.
the nature. Okay, there.
Kat, you don't have
Okay.
advantage, do you?
No, I don't.
I mean, they're a cat, so hearing.
No.
Nah, it's fine. 9.
Cats don't listen.
Yeah.
Can I
facts.
roll a nature check though, just to get a sense of the environment? And
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Both of you can.
25. Nice.
Oh yeah.
So today, Cat is just not paying attention. Just so you know.
But they seem that way.
Just today, Kat. Just today. Alrighty. 10. Mr. Amazing, you're more like charting out the actual location itself, drawing all of the aspects and caring more about the attention to detail of the portrayal of it, where Ada is looking for more specific niche things about this location, looking to try to discern any unique geological aspects of it that may be useful in future researches or studies. Ada, I'll let you know right now, it would appear that the body of this creature, which, keep in mind, was only rumored to you until you actually see the head itself, over the centuries has melded into the earth, which is a very interesting prospect. You know that the dead usually, over 100 years, decay when you bury them into nothingness. But it would appear that the frigid nature out here has preserved it somewhat. And it only looks at like it's at the decomposition phase of like all of the flesh being gone. But you know it's been here way longer than just 100 years. So, you all begin walking your way inside. And Ada, you see a piece of it. This protruding crystal that has these jagged edges all around it. Red crystal. When you go over closer to it, it resembles salt, but it's red. It's only like a fingernail's worth that you see.
Right, so is it similar otherwise to the other salt that we saw earlier?
Oh yes, yeah.
Find some here, but it's slightly different. Red. And how far into the cave or the mouth would we be at this point?
It's affixed to where the tooth would have been.
Right, okay.
So literally the mouth of the cave.
All right. Well, there is some here, at least. Not much, but I assume we will find more further in.
Shoot. Go ahead, Damson.
As much as I think some of us would want to take much more than we need, I would say we don't be greedy in what we take. Because this is still the corpse of a creature, and you don't want to disrespect the dead by, well, dishonoring it. Be respectful in the way that you get any from the body of the creature, and do not try to offend it. Even dead creatures have spirits that linger.
Interesting concept. I find that often, upon defeat, that's the best time to take what belongs.
Well, I look at it the same way that one would look at a spirit of nature, how they have tangible effects upon the realm. And how it is traditional that when you enter an area that is sanctified by a high spirit that lives in the area, that you show respect. You don't take what is unneeded.
Sure.
I can understand if we need to take enough for 2 or 3 tries to ensure that we get Flittish the best results to cure her affliction. But don't take enough for, like, say, an army of people.
Like one satchel.
Just looking at Damson with absolute confusion on her words.
That's fair.
I will only take that which I need.
What do any of you know anything about like the history of this? Because this is clearly a creature out of legend.
No, I don't really care about it. It's dead, so who cares?
Can I roll a history check? I forget if I've rolled one on this creature. I don't think I
Yeah,
have.
I'm trying to recall if you have. I don't think so either. I know everyone else has researched and yielded what they can yield.
I'll follow your call either way.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll.
Okay. And I'm going to use a lucky point. Bum, bum, bum. Just because I think it'd be interesting. Ah! What a waste. 10. It's not a waste.
Doubles.
The Titan that was here, there was something about it being a defiler of life. Something about it draining the life of everybody in proximity to it and being stopped by Paylor. Something like that.
If I recall, it was stopped by Paylor himself, a god, because it was defiling life or draining life or defiling the life in the area or something, so had to be stopped by Paylor. The god.
He didn't clean up his mess afterwards?
I consider it buried. I'm sure he did too.
I would take that as for note. Just leave the corpses how they are. They're just buried.
So, Ada, seeing that little piece, the little bitty chunk of the salt, I do need you to roll me a charisma save. Oh, Mr. Amazing, you as well. You were the other greedy one in the party.
Absolutely. I'm only going to take what I need.
17.
You just need all of it.
Most of it, yes. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in my computer. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
I should put the app back on my phone, and then that way, if I'm away from my computer, I can roll on the app. Okay. Wisdom save? What kind of save? Charisma.
Charisma.
Ooh. This will be interesting. I'm going to take it off advantage. $13.
Mr. Amazing, you hear what Damson is saying, but you also know the value of it. This one chunk right here is worth 50 gold. I mean, that's the equivalent of finding a freaking perfectly cut diamond of the similar size. You definitely want a little bit more, and when you reach out to touch it, Ada, you see Mr. Amazing has like a little bit of a greed behind his eyes. Are you doing anything about that?
I'll slap his hand and say, I think it's better if we go further down. I'm not sure if this is the sort that we are looking for. It's red, so it obviously has some different qualities about it.
But what if someone follows behind us and picks it up?
Well, look at it this way. If this is the one that's closest to the entrance, we can pick it out when we are leaving. Unless
the body's already been picked clean on the inside and this is the only one left. Better safe than sorry, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I just don't know if this is the one
we can put it back.
But sure, I mean, fine, just take it.
All right, Mr. Amazing, how do you take it?
All right. I'm going to look at it and investigate and see, because investigate, I believe, is how things. Let me pull it up.
Discern how specific things work.
Yep.
Yep.
And see if based on the way that it's embedded in there, if I can figure out the best way to remove it, if it's just grabbing a dagger and popping it out, or carving around it, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, investigate it.
$16.
In order to investigate, you do small bits of experimentation, right? You move your hand closer to see how it may react, and as your finger gets within like millimeters of it, you notice the skin of your finger begins to crack. This thing is absorbing moisture faster than any substance you've ever seen. You don't want to directly touch it, and you think anything you utilize to touch it might be susceptible to some type of decaying reaction. Harvesting this, you probably want to use infused magical tools. And don't let it touch you, and preserve it in glass. Those are the only real things you can figure out.
Lady Adeline,
Yes?
I've learned some things. See how it cracked my finger as it was getting closer? And remember what I told you of it defiling life? I believe these salts suck up and absorb moisture, which is most of us are probably made up of, with all the blood and fat inside of us.
Approximately 70% water in our bodies.
Oh, I knew I liked you for a reason. And so we should probably be using some type of magic. Don't touch it. And I look at Damson. Cat, do not touch these with your bare whatever. But we should be using probably magical tools or something to take it out with.
Cat, do you, or do you at least want to roll a wisdom
Oh,
save?
son of a bitch! Is that a real?
Cat, your call. Do you want to roll a wisdom save, or do you want to lick it? Oh, that's a
10.
failure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think a 10 would actually save. Cat, you lick it?
Yeah, I'll look it.
Oh god, that is the worst thing to do.
I tried to stop Cat seeing them about to do something dumb.
Opposed athletics. Or, sorry, athletics Cat, based off of Damson's passive grapple, which is 8 plus proficiency plus strength.
Similar to
So,
Christmas Story and the tongue on the flagpole, but much worse.
I beat it by 1.
Nice. Cat, you go and try licking it, and Damson just grabs and pulls you away.
Ah, it looks tasty.
Cat.
You might lose your tongue doing that. Just fair warning.
That would be a
Ada grabs
big
Cat,
loss.
opens up the mouth.
Solution. Yes, lick it.
Right.
You need
Try
your
not-
tongue for a lot of things, Cat.
That's how they bathe.
Well, I mean, that's all right. So we need some specific tools, probably then to safely harvest these things. I have, well, I do have quite a bit of. I have some pliers and various things. Might be able to work.
It should probably be magical.
But I don't have magical pliers.
Do you have magical dagger?
No. I have a troglodyte ritual dagger that, well, I don't think it's magical.
We have a magical longsword we got from the worm.
Right, that's true.
Again, I think we should proceed further down and ignore the one that's red and clearly. I'm going to be honest, it looks like someone bled on it.
Well, it could very well be that this Titan creature giant thing is actually, well, that it is part of its sort of fundamental essence, sort of. It could be like the blood salts of it.
Or it's the blood of foolish people trying to pick at the first bit they see and losing a finger.
Or licking
This then, yes, this then begs the question. This is a small piece. How much more difficult would be a large piece be, and should we just test the small piece before we get to a larger one?
it. Sure. Cat, do not lick that thing at all. Test your discipline.
Discipline.
I barely even know a Plin. So, as Cat is being held away by force from licking the bad no necrotic salts, and everyone else continues walking through here, you begin to feel the moisture around you immediately crack and dissipate. The dryness in here is palpable. Mr. Amazing, Ada, it is incredibly uncomfortable. Cat and Damson, however, despite the frigid nature outside, you are much more acclimated to a dry environment. It is a cold, dry environment, which is so strange, for me at least, to like conceptualize.
Desert at night.
Yeah, but I've never experienced that, so I don't. Anyways, you continue marching your way inside, and you begin to notice these skeletons. Humanoids left here. Even the armor and gear that they have has cracked and completely decayed away. Some of them in locations where clearly at one point in time a chunk of salt might have been. It's strange. The only thing surviving contact with it appears to be the bones that drift away after the individual is dead. A terrifying prospect, a simple thing that even just by touching it could end your life. Terrifying version of death. Instantaneous. Or at least for these weak little people. And as you continue marching your way inside, I think this is a good place for us to go ahead and take our break, everybody. We'll be back. Hello, we're back. So, where last we left off, the party had begun exploring deeper into the cavity of this titan that sleeps or is dead here. It's hard to tell the difference. Realizing the reaction that these blood salt mines are having to anything remotely organic or that relies on hydration to exist. Even your gloves will not protect you from it for more than just the briefest of moments before they are eaten and destroyed. You all continue traveling through this area. Cat and Damson keeping watch. You make it far enough in before you realize that you've led your allies deeper in here without knowing exactly where you went. You did make a few turns. And both of you realize, kind of at the same time, you didn't keep track of where you were going. You're just kind of in here now. Ada and Mr. Amazing, completely enthralled with mapping out and charting all of the geological features and the incredible little circumstances surrounding this cave. I mean, if it's eating everything organic, even rocks need some amount of moisture, but these rocks seem to be ones that don't have any moisture in them at all, and that does not cause them to explode. One of you is proficient in survival, right, Mr. Amazing?
That is correct.
You would know, as a survivalist, and this is a real thing, that if you try to make a fire and you put a stone slab over that fire to be like a tray for what you are cooking, if that stone has moisture in it, the slab will explode because you dry out the moisture too quickly and there's nothing within all of those gaps, and it presses and releases. But these aren't doing that same thing. So even the rocks here are different. Very strange, very otherworldly to all of you. Damson and Cat, though. Oh, go on, Mr. Amazing.
Yeah, I convey that information to Lady Adeline.
Right. Well, I don't know what to make of that.
Nothing to make of it. It's just interesting, and maybe something will happen that we need to know.
Sure. Well, I know there are some rocks that are very porous and others that are not so porous that should be capable of staying dry in the middle. But it doesn't matter. So I was thinking about these crystals. If we come across a larger deposit of it, instead of trying to forcefully hack it out or something, we could try to use Mr. Amazing, you're probably aware of the idea of resonances, yes?
Yes, of course.
Right. So if we find the right resonance tone for these crystals and we enhance that by shouting or keeping the same pitch, we might be able to actually cause it to just simply fall off.
Yes, if we just find the right resonating frequency.
But yes, it is just worth bearing in mind. Seeing as we should probably not get in contact with it directly.
While they're talking about that, I'm gonna look to Cat of like, do you remember which way we came from? just quiet enough that they can't hear it.
Yeah.
Cal looks around. Up. We came from the up direction.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can Can I make another check after realizing that I wasn't keeping track where we're going, so to try not to get lost from here on out? Like, we might not know where inside we are, but at least we can return back to this point.
You can roll me your survival.
19.
You can feel the faintest draft of air. Remembering the nostrils and mouth of the cave, you should be able to follow that out. Though it probably wouldn't be the exact path that you took, maybe. Yeah, you'll cross that bridge when you get there.
Okay, I think I know how to find that, or we just follow the air draft on our way out. As we're going deeper in, does it look like there's more bodies or more salt, or what? How has it changed so far?
You haven't noticed any more that much more salt. You can see the divots where the salt once was, but this place has been excavated through a few times. You notice the number of bodies, however, becoming much more scarce.
So that means either they're not going in as far, or something's taking the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, speaking up, it definitely looks like there's less bodies in this section, so either people have made it not as far in, or something's taking the bodies. Just one of the two. Let's keep that in mind going forward.
Yes. I got a little bit distracted by my thoughts for a moment there. Let's say we entered in through the mouth, right? Have we been going down like the esophagus?
Assumedly.
Right, because I would think at least if these salts are sort of blood salts, then if we get to the heart, that should be the best place to find an abundance of it.
I was going to possibly say more the lungs if it breathed in moisture and it didn't take any out.
Right, well, yes, but I mean, blood generally flows through the heart. For like more often.
Right, well, let's keep heading out, and if you guys are done taking notes, do you mind help keeping an eye out for patches of salt and other pathways?
Sure, yes. Isn't that what you've been doing?
Yes, but more eyes doesn't hurt.
Deception check, Damson.
Deception, okay. 23.
Oh, damn. Ada, you may roll insight if you wish, but or you
Sure.
can just be like, Damson, that's your call.
Yeah.
13.
Oh God, you don't have advantage. Good. Yeah, you know what? Despite how little you think of Cat, Damson is reliable. It's the only reason you tolerate Cat is because Damson is reliable.
You get rid of Cat, you lose Damson.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sure.
You get rid of Damson, you possibly get murdered by Cat.
Okay, so right. Well, I don't know exactly how we are located inside the body, kind of now.
Well, to be fair, we don't know if the structures, if the body was laying down, if it's curled up or anything, so we're just kind of... we don't know the general shape of how the body came to rest.
Well,
So, that does make it hard to do.
Right. Well, unless this Titan has a very unfamiliar anatomy that is completely dissimilar to regular humans or elves or some such thing. Should still be barely, yeah.
And we also don't know if this body made all this cavern or if the body was split in different pieces and merged with the natural terrain.
True.
I do wonder though if these crystals, the salts, I mean, if they can be, since they suck in the moisture, perhaps if we were to add as much moisture as possible, there might be able to grow them. I mean, we have the cape, you know, Flidish's cape. She could drip all over it and see what happens.
Possibly. I mean, it is magical water, right? Actually, that's a good question. From Flitish's dripping, is there like a trail of magical water that isn't getting absorbed?
There is a trail of the water for about 5 seconds before it's completely absorbed.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if magical water. Got it.
Yeah.
Huh.
And also, that water's not magical water. All forms of water creation does not create magical water. It creates water.
Okay.
It magically summons forth water.
Okay.
But the water is real.
Right then.
Yes, well, let's try it if we come across some larger deposits. Try to drip on it.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Just imagine, like, Flittish just standing over top of it.
Slowly
This
getting the
feels
salt
like
to come
character
up.
abuse, man. Just anyway.
I was picturing more of using our water flasks or meltings. Well, there's no one here to melt. But yes.
Much better idea. Much better idea. So, more humanizing idea. Let's say that. So, as you all are heading out, deeper and deeper in, you do start to notice there's more of these crystals nearby. A few of the smaller ones still built into the walls themselves. But then you notice something a bit more concerning. None of you have lit any torches yet, right?
Nope.
No, I
No.
suppose not. I just figured we would have a light source. Don't we have that magical lantern that we usually have?
We do have the magical lantern. It's just not lit yet because it would kick
Right,
Cat
well-
out of the aura.
Well, I would need some light, so I'd probably light a torch or my own lamp at some point.
Very well.
That makes sense, especially because even though I have the dark vision, using your lamp would help us see better because dark vision is only in shades of gray.
Oh, wrong song, sorry.
Right. Also, with the light, you could probably discern like some glittering surfaces, which might
Mhm.
indicate salts.
There we go. You notice up ahead a little glisten from your lanterns, everyone. And when you see that glisten, you also notice there's some water up ahead. But as you get closer to it and it gets within the glow of your lantern, you realize it is not merely water, but a blood trail. A river of red flowing up into this larger chamber where this mass gathering of these large blood salts is held. Mr. Amazing, I need you to give me another charisma save. Ada, you have 2 successes under your belt, so you're good now.
Just trying to decide if I want to use a lucky or not.
You
I'm
also
gonna use
have
mine.
that human, what's it called, human determination, or
Yeah, or I can roll it after. Maybe I'll roll it, and then if I need to use my human, I'll do that.
yeah, resource.
All right, charisma save. I will use my human. Ooh.
12. Mr. Amazing, you throw away your concern. You don't even notice the blood. There they are. There's the jackpot. You are so infatuated with that amount of gold in front of you. The greed coming to fruition.
I don't say anything. I'm just gonna stare at it.
Well, this looks like a fairly much larger deposit. Okay, let's try. If one of you could pour some water on one of the crystals, I will keep a close watch to see if it actually grows. I mean, it's probably going to be a very minuscule change, but maybe
Before
it's-
that, Ada,
yes.
can you tell what kind of blood that is?
Mr. Amazing, it's still just right there. It's so
Um,
magnificent and beautiful.
Right.
Sorry, I was trying to...
Yeah. The reason I say is because it's been absorbing water, and isn't blood mostly made of water?
It is, yes.
So why is that not dried up?
That is curious.
Well, we should at least start extracting this.
That- This blood has to be a lot fresher. It's not originally from this Titan, at least.
The amount of blood there, even just from what I can see here, more than a person, I think.
Right.
More than
Yes.
several.
Medicine check, Ada?
And I cast Mage Hand, and
It's up here.
after her check, I'm gonna have the Mage Hand drift over there and just start to see if there's any loose pieces.
Okay, well,
grabbing.
you have to get closer. I mean, Achan has a range of 30 feet, right?
Let's see. I believe it's 30. Oh, where are we? Oh, we're way back here.
Yeah, it's way.
Actually, I'm gonna use the human inspiration on that to reroll. 18.
18. So I just found out that on the new pages, there's another new feature. If you have the... Sorry, I just want to let you guys know about this. If you have the measurement tool, you hold left click to see, like you guys can see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you want to change the course, you can tap right click and then change the course.
Cool.
That's been a thing for a very long time. It's
All right.
fantastic.
I
can
learned
also
a fun new trick today. Thank you.
I just learned a fun new trick.
You
so
can
thank
also
you.
use Q. Tap it.
Nah, my one hand.
Joey, scratch that. Instead of Mage Hand, I'm going to start drawing in my book, and I'm going to ritually cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
And then,
Were
yeah.
you drawing? Were you drawing? I'm getting up. I'm trying to get up in his business.
How do you draw an unseen servant?
So I am drawing the area that we're looking at, and in kind of a slightly, and this is all in ink, but and then in a slightly shaded, like just an outline. So in other words, if you were to look, you know how in cartoons when you see how they go through the wall, so you see the wall and then like an empty space, he's drawing around the unseen servant, which looks humanoid.
Okay.
Oh. So you're making the surrounding area look like there is a person there, but they're invisible?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Nice. Cool. I'm still curious of how you're going to keep describing all of your spells, so I will keep asking you that. That's cool.
That's right.
I like that. So, Ada, 18 medicine. The consistency of the flow of it is that of blood, most assuredly. However, it seems to be a trail leading from these salts. They seem to be protruding out of a large cavity in the ground, in a actual moat engulfing where it is of blood. Your best guess is that cannot possibly be people blood, because if that many people were to be up here and go missing, it would be noteworthy. This has to be blood from something bigger that isn't getting absorbed by the crystals. This might be the Titan's blood. And you don't know how you've walked far and deep enough in to be where this cavity is, and you guess you're in the cavity of its heart.
You know, this might actually be blood from the Titan itself. I mean, it can't be from people, at least. Normal people have 1.5 gallons at most blood in their body. So this would be a little genocide right here, if that was
So
Also-
what you're saying is
Sorry, just one thing I have to get out. Thank you, Tim, for the very generous donation. Everybody gets 2 viewer inspirations, and I get 1. Your key phrase is praise the green man.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tim.
They were just complaining about not having any. Go on, continue. Sorry,
I think
Cat.
I still have one from Fed.
Nice.
And you said it was praise the green man.
Praise the green man.
All right, I'm gonna put that in the notes.
Thank you very much. But yes, Kat, sorry to interrupt you. Just wanted to get that before it disappeared.
it's good. So are you saying Paylor didn't kill the Titan, only defeat it?
Well, I don't know. I'm not much of a ecclesiast.
Well, is that blood alive?
Well, I would need to take a closer look, but it's not coagulated. It's actually flowing, which means that it has to come from someplace. I would surmise that maybe all of the moisture that is being drawn in from the crystals or by the crystals is perhaps it is channeling it into to create more blood. But this thing should be fully dead.
Let me tell you something about this, Ada. Death is just a status, not a fact.
That is completely absurd.
Looks down at themselves.
Right, well,
Yes.
you are an exception to the rule. That does not disprove the rule.
Points at the flowing blood. Yes.
Right, this is a creature out of legend. It is by default an exception to the rules.
Oh. So the rules are put into place just to be broken by exceptions. Fantastic rules, those.
No. You'll have to ask the gods. I don't. look at things from a very clerical perspective, or religious perspective, I mean. But let's see if we can sample some of this blood.
So, Mr. Amazing, as you have finished your ritual, getting your companion here, you all notice a slight crumbling sound happening over here. I would like you all to roll me initiative at disadvantage as you are surprised.
Woohoo!
And I will roll for the ropers at advantage. Oh,
Ropers. Oh shit. Well, maybe they're not as bad in 5e. I hope not.
They bad.
4.
They bad.
Where's my initiative?
Yeah,
There we go.
after reading them in 2024, I like how they changed a lot.
Oh.
With disadvantage,
Fireball!
everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to toggle my.
Damn, that torch rolled a 20. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I had the torch selected, not my actual character.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's a fast-moving torch, I tell you.
Yep.
Lucky the human torch, you could say.
The torch just flies out and smacks them. No! Alright, so what was your initiative? 9.19? Damn. Son. Wow. 1, 2,
Oh,
wait, Ada
yeah, I
is
added-
on I'll just
Mine's
delete.
supposed to. Yep. Do that.
There we go. So, as you all are having this conversation very openly, by the way, you all hear the crumbling nature of something high up on that that roof up above that is causing a crumbling nature to happen. As you see this stalagmite begin to grow teeth and an eye and throw a terrifying tentacle. The first one is going to be throwing its attacks outwards. First attack at you, Ada, with advantage. 25 to hit.
Yep, that is.
And I forgot to change my settings on the sheet. Shit! Oh my god. Sorry, 1 second, 1 second. We're getting there.
Right. Oh man, those stalactites seems like they're dripping something. What?
Oh, that's why. Because the tentacle doesn't actually hurt you. That explains it. Sorry, I thought I fucked something up on my sheet. I didn't. It's just weird. So, Ada, 25. The tentacle lashes out over at you, and you watch as it completely wraps around your torso, grappling you in place. You have the poison condition until the grapple ends, as you feel this sickening nature of this creature slowly seep your life away. So, grappled. Let's do that one. Oh, wait, that one. Its second attack, not at advantage, at you, Damson. 9. Goes flying past you and misses. This
It's all the
this roper is going to drag Ada 30 feet closer. 10, 20, 30. You are not in range of its bite, as it is reeling you in towards its mouth. Yes. Now this one. Hi, Mr. Amazing. First attack at advantage. 23 to hit. All right, you are now grappled and have the poisoned condition. And now Cat. 15 to hit.
No.
Alrighty, it goes flying past you as you dodge out of the way quickly. Then it is going to use its real action. And Mr. Amazing, you are within range of its bite. Amana.
It was fun, guys.
2 tentacle attacks, use the reel, and then make 2 bites. No advantage, you're just grappled. 22 to hit.
Yep.
And then 20 to hit.
Yep.
That'll be 24 piercing.
Yep.
19 piercing.
All right. Barely up.
Damson.
How high is Mr. Amazing in the air with the rope?
Like 5 feet. Not enough that it would actually hurt him if he fell.
Okay. When in doubt, spell it out. Fireball! Careful.
Carefully fireballing. Okay, good. You know, as contradictory as that statement is, I'll allow it. I carefully fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Said no wizard ever.
Yeah, you just Mr. Amazing sees Damson hold out her hand, and like the magic comes for a fireball, which I'm sure Mr. Amazing knows about. I was like, wait. And fireball right there, so it should get the ropers because it's 20 foot, so they're both fully in it. It should just miss Mr. Amazing, but it will hit Ada, but because it's careful, she's fine.
So go ahead and roll it. I will roll the dex save. They do not have advantage. Yeah, it can hit both of them, right?
Yeah.
All right, so 18 and 1.
1-1.
I want. So the first one succeeds and takes half.
Oh, wait a
Dude.
second. Yeah, the tentacle. As you shoot out the fireball, Mr. Amazing, you watch as the tentacle that is wrapped around you just incinerates away underneath it from the damage as you just fall to the ground instead. You can give me a dex save to not be prone. $14 is enough to still kill its tentacle.
18. Let me take that off at disadvantage.
Alrighty, you fall to the ground, not prone.
Then Ada needs one as well?
Yes. Ada, you fall to the ground, dex save.
16.
Yep, you fall to the ground, not prone,
Nice.
as the tentacle
add
is
these-
destroyed.
And then I'm going to...
Yeah, they have hit points, so AoEs are really good against them.
I'm going to back up because I know that it could have gotten Ada from there. So I'm like, nope.
All right, all done?
Let's see. That's not that's an action. Bonus action. I'll add my innate sorcery. Sorcerer's Rage, basically.
Wunderbar.
I suppose the lamp would still be up here then.
Unless you
I'll
wanted
say-
to drop it back there, but that's
No, I probably would have kept hold of it.
emotional
also
support
say-
lamp.
Until I suddenly
Hey.
see like great maw in front of me.
It looks like Mr. Amazing is very hurt, Ada. You got nibbled on.
So Ada, it is your turn.
Yep.
You are not
run.
prone, but you're outside of its bite range, and well, You're not getting outside of its rope range. Don't worry about that.
Well, I'm gonna try anyway.
Yeah, move.
So 30 feet over there, and oh, well, can I? Yeah, I'll step over towards the blood pulse. Bonus action dash over there.
Okay.
So I assume Mr. Amazing is in dim light now, right?
He is, yes.
Right.
Well, here, let's bring that with you.
At this point, I would probably let it go over there. So it's
Okay.
I would have dropped it over there. I don't want to. I'm relying on stuff. Usually not want to carry a big lamp around. So I'll. I'm gonna take a shot with my bow at the one next to Mr. Amazing.
Go for it. 22 will hit.
Well, that's damage. 9 is the hit. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, that it connects with the hardened rock-like exterior of the creature. Tink.
Yeah. Just give me a sec, because this is the first round of combat, so I might have advantage on that, actually.
I believe it's first round if you go before the enemy. Assassinate?
Yeah, no, it's, yeah. Attack, advantage on attack rolls against creatures that hasn't taken a turn.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm actually supposed to have advantage on initiative. Need to toggle that.
Oh, yeah. In the future, that'll make a huge difference.
Yep. 'Cause I would have had 20 on initiative. But yeah, that misses. I'm done.
Alrighty, Mr. Amazing.
All right. Mr. Amazing waves his hands, and now there are 4 of him as he creates 3 illusionary duplicates, mirror image. It's the only thing I can do to save myself, guys. And then
So many.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
It will attempt to bite you.
30. Yep. That's why I did mirror image first.
Let me roll to hit first. It doesn't have advantage. So 20. God damn. 20 to hit, and now I have to roll.
I rolled 3d6, I believe.
Is Mr. not out of range because he fell 5 feet down?
He fell 5 feet, not prone. He's still within the bite of it.
Hmm.
He's within 5 feet of it.
So it hit one of my duplicates.
Can
I've
you
got
roll
2
the
left.
spell? Because that seems
Yeah.
different than it was before.
They changed. Yeah, they did change it.
Okay.
I will. Do. Yeah, you roll a d6 for every duplicate now. Each time a creature hits you, so it has to. Now they have to actually hit before I do it, and then I roll a d6 for each duplicate. And if any of them are above a 3, then it hits the duplicate instead.
Okay, so you're down to 2 duplicates now?
Yep.
Nice.
And then, actually,
Make sure. No, it does not have any blind sight. Good shit.
and then I'm going to bonus action, using my thing. So I'm not using a spell. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I'm going to bonus action minor illusion in front of me to create a 5-foot stone wall slab
Nice.
right in front of me,
Do, 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 do.
right here, so that the one directly north of me can't see me.
Yep. If it attempts to attack you, it'll be at disadvantage. And then if it happens to hit you, it
Right.
has to
And,
roll
and
the other.
right, and there's a
Nice.
stone in front of me,
Nice.
so yeah, exactly. So I'm trying
Nice.
to. Hopefully, it doesn't see me behind the wall, but if it does, I've got the mirror image. So.
Cat. I like the new illusionist so much better. Cat.
I look at the the images that Mr. Amazing is doing, and then the wall, and just blink a few times, then look over to the big tentacles.
You ever see Scott Pilgrim
Oh.
with
Yeah.
with the the hot demon chicks that are dancing with him on the other side? Sorry.
No, it's giving me future ideas.
So, Kat, you blink?
Yeah, can I cast Levitate on it?
Can you roll the spell for me?
I can.
One creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. You could do so on this one since there is more cave above its head. This one is affixed to the ceiling.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to rotate it so its face is directly in front of the rock so he can't see behind it.
He gets a Constitution save though.
Yes. I'm just reading the other. Yeah, it only rises up vertically. You don't rotate, you don't change anything else, you just rise it up vertically with levitate. It's a second level
fine,
spell. Telekinesis would probably do that. So con save. That's a 15.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think your spell save is 16. Okay, so it is now pushed up 20 feet into the air. And now the target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within range, such as a wall or a ceiling, which allows it to move as if it were climbing. Oh, it has a climb speed, so that's fine.
I'm just gonna point and laugh, not knowing it has a climb speed, and just feel like it's just stuck there, just laughing. That's
Yep.
my turn.
Ha ha ha.
Nice.
Ha, 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 ha. All right.
It starts moving. It's like, oh.
And it is 20 feet high, though, as it just like starts throwing its ropes down and pulling itself over towards you. All
Does
right.
it still have its tentacles? Because you said they got destroyed?
It has... Yes, because it has tentacles. 10.
Nice.
It has 6.
Yep.
Sorry. I thought you'd like that. This one here... yeah, it's going to try to attack you again, Ada. Tentacle. 11 to hit.
Ooh, that misses.
It's going to try to attack you, Damson. 13 to hit. And it's going to drop down to the floor with its movement. This one here is going to try to tentacle you, Cat. 10 to hit.
No. That misses.
And then it's going to try to tentacle you, Mr. Amazing, with disadvantage. 17.
That, I believe. Hold on.
Says
Let
that's
me
your
get back to
AC.
her. Yeah. Now, which one was trying it?
This one.
The one next to
This
Cat?
one.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, he can see me. Okay. 17 does hit because it meets, it beats.
Roll them D6s. You have 2 more, right?
Yep.
2D6. You're looking for a 3.
Nope, it hits, and I'm down.
Well, it pulls you closer now. It has to try to bite you.
Oh.
Yes. No longer at disadvantage, so straight attack roll. Oh, God, I thought it was vice versa.
Oh.
21.
Yep, that hits, and I'm down.
Wait, no, you still have one
Oh,
more.
yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you still have 2 more. They only go away when they
Okay.
disappear.
Oh, you're right. So
Yep.
now one goes away, so now there's 2 of me. You're right.
Yep. Now
True.
it has to use its last attack, and you have 1 more dice to save your ass on it. That is a 12 to hit.
That misses.
It is
Blah.
so confused, biting at air and not hitting you. All right, this one moved down. This one moved as fast as it could. Damson. You might be muted, Damson.
Well, Damson.
Damson!
Maybe someone work call maybe?
Maybe. 'cause I
Goddamn
don't-
work! Don't they know he plays D&D? Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah,
Call
yeah.
him.
All right. It's probably not going to change anything, so we'll come back to Damson. Ada first.
All right. Right. Well, seeing as they can reach me from anywhere, I'll take cover behind Damson. Bonus action hide. And well, it's a 20. And then I'll
yeah, you
I'll
might.
do a shot on the roper that's holding Mr. Amazing.
Where'd she go? There's still that minor illusion wall. Asa, for now on, I'm going to ask that you actually draw your minor illusion obstacles because other people
okay.
can use that as well.
Yep. I will do that. Good idea.
Yes, thank you. Well, 27 hits.
Right, so that's
I think you're missing another 66 from critical.
yeah, I think so.
Alrighty.
But no, it rolled the short bow damage twice, but not the
Sneak.
Sneak attack.
not the snake. Yeah.
All right, so 4 more d6. All right, cool.
Yep.
Cool. You could have gotten away with it.
Yeah, but I don't want to cheat.
38. Holy, that fucked it up. You see it blinking its eye, kind of confused as to where you went, and the moment it locks its eye with you, you shoot it right through there, and it starts flailing around. It is significantly wounded, bloodied even.
You fucking thing! Die! That's my turn.
I feel like you're just screaming at it in French now. Je m'appelle Da! Just shoot it in the fucking eye.
Merde!
Merci beaucoup. All right, well, let's go back to you, Damson. Do.
Okay. I've actually been wanting to do this for a while. Let me just make sure. Yes. Let me make sure that would fit here. Did it point within range, or is it just around me? I gotta double check. Sorry, wording a spell. Gotta make sure it's correct.
Yeah, of course.
Ah. Fuck it, I'll not do that. Worked the first time. Fireball!
Alrighty. And that is a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius, careful, DC 17. Because of Sorceress.
Alrighty.
It should just clip the other one.
Yeah, it does.
By the way, the arrow I shot was on this one.
Oh, the one on Mr. Amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. 28. No. 38. Yeah. Same narration. It's still wounded.
Yep.
And also, Damson, I don't know if you realized or not, but you don't need the careful spell. Unless you want
Just
to.
outside the range?
Yeah, you can make it to
Okay.
not hit your allies. Like pretty
Then no careful. Then yeah. I'll save the point.
Alrighty, deck saves coming up.
Does the one have disadvantage because it's floating in the air?
No, because it has a climb speed. But
Mm.
the odds of them succeeding is so abysmal. They fail.
Oh wait, that's not adding 5 to it, so that's actually 30 points of damage. Weird. I have it toggled. It's because I have my elemental affinity for fire damage.
Yes. You're a fire Durgan. You're a fire Durgan. All done? Yes, did the other one take damage up top as well? Yes, it did.
Alright.
Alrighty, Mr. Amazing! You are grappled by this thing that is looking precariously low on health.
All right. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on the one that's got me. And then I am going to pull out my Warhammer and use, where is it? True Strike. Warhammer. Here we go. Here's the attack.
Warhammer. Nice.
Ah, missed.
Yeah, that misses.
And I'm done. So that's my bonus action
And action, yeah.
and action. Yep. And I
Cat.
can't move.
Two
but
inspirations.
oh, you're right. I could use my. Thank you. No, wait. Hold on. Let me pull up the sheet. I'll tell you exactly what I say.
Praise the Green Man.
Green Man. Yeah. Praise the Green Man.
Yes.
And here we go. Combat. Warhammer. That's better.
Praise the Green Man. Let's go.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
And
They brought the green.
yep. Wait till. Okay, so let me do the damage. Oh wait, I don't think that's set up right because it's supposed to be.
Do you hit crit
2d8.
damage?
That's 2d8. Warhammers are passively 2d8.
And then the
No.
True Strike.
Go
They're
on.
1d8. It's 1d8. So and it did roll that, but then now my True Strike that I used with it. Do I just double the 5 or well, it doesn't matter, same thing. And then
Well, first off, Mr. Amazing, how do you want to do this?
so he pulls out his Warhammer that he has by his side. First episode I was in with you guys, he had this, and he pulls it out and he hits it, and as it shatters, it also pushes it back. Weapon mastery is at 5 feet or 10 feet from push.
I believe it's 10.
Yeah.
And with levitate, it just floats backwards. It keeps floating. Dramatically, just
Stalactite.
tendrils.
It goes
Get
from
off me.
stalactite to stalagmite to stalactite to stalagmite.
Get off me.
You are no longer grappled, Mr. Amazing.
Woohoo!
Real stalagmite.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter, but I would have also had the Hunter's Mark damage on it too. But
You are
we're good.
falling 20 feet, though. Dex save.
Yep. I'm going to use my lucky on this. I think I'm out on lucky, so I need to check after this.
Okay.
20.
You manage to fall onto the ground and take 1 point of bludgeoning instead of all of the d6s.
Thank you.
Just.
There we go. And now I am... Nope. I'm not done. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
We're just using damage as human shield.
Yeah. They currently have the most hit points.
Stronger together.
All right. Now, Cat.
Just gonna walk over there and cast this on Damson and Cat.
Greater invisibility. The two of you hiding and both of them disappear from sight.
Still in front of us.
Yeah. There is an obstacle between you and them.
Which would grant disadvantage.
Right there.
No, it grants cover, half cover. AC increase is good though. All right, Cat, you are now invisible.
I get a feeling that Cat is being a saboteur here.
Are you all done, Cat?
Yes.
Okay. Now Das Roper. 5, 10, 15, 20. As it passes by the torch, crushing it underneath its own being and destroying it. Whom here does not have dark vision?
The human.
I have it. I'm good.
Yeah.
The normal human.
Alrighty. Ada is going to swing an attack over at you. You have a +2 to AC right now. 10. Oh, wait, you're blind. 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Unless Damson... Oh, no, you don't. You're invisible. Yeah, nothing on you. Alright, you are now grappled by it. It will pull you 30 feet closer. Hi, Ada.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Oh, God, no.
The French as well.
No.
I'm not wearing my Japanese school uniform.
Oh, no. Alright, the other tentacle is going after... Well, no, it was always attacking Damson. It just has disadvantage on this.
There's nowhere I went.
Yeah, it assumes you're still there. You haven't hidden or anything. These things aren't stupid. Oh, wait. Yeah, they're not that stupid. It's just going to try to hit you. And apparently 22 will hit you, Damson.
Hold on.
Unless...
No, it won't shield.
Okay. Well, then Ada looks like it's going to give you the Om.
Alright.
With advantage, because you can't see.
Uncanny dodge.
19?
When it hits. Yeah, it hits.
Yeah, it still has the damage on the first attack.
Yeah.
25.
Yep.
Alright, first attack is 16, half down to 8, and then 19.
So...
Damson, you're up.
I'm gonna look up towards the thing. No, that wouldn't work because it's there. Yeah, I will just do Scorching Ray, which I have advantage on the attack roll because of my sorceress ability.
Nice. Well, you have advantage because you're invisible too, but yes. That'll hit for 12. And that'll hit for 8. And that'll miss.
Add 10.
That'll hit for 10. And it's just barely still up.
You got this, Ada. I believe in you. As I'll stand there just to help block what you're making because he's really hurt.
Fucking shithead!
Oh, you saw the burst of fire in the terrifying ball that's chomping on top of you right now.
Ada can see everything. You're in a great predicament. You
Yes.
might not want to be in it.
I'm going to kill you, cat!
Ada, as you are there, you have disadvantage because you are blind.
Yep.
But you know where it is. It's currently biting on your damn legs.
Yep. I'm gonna use the viewer inspiration from Fat I got a while ago.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
Let me just see what that. It doesn't. I didn't see if I actually had to say anything, but thank you very much, Fat.
Thank you, Fet.
Where is my short sword? Oh, I was in the wrong tab. Okay. 21 to hit. Well, it's not sneak attack, so that's 6 damage.
Ada, how do you want to do this?
Stabbing wildly into whatever's in front of her.
And
Ada
as you
hits
just
something.
keep stabbing and stabbing, all three of you who can see in the dark see the crazed, angered look of Ada as the creature goes to the ground as she just keeps stabbing the living shit out of it until eventually your arm gets a little cramped.
I want
All
to start
take a breath.
clapping. I knew you could do it. You don't need that vision.
Why are you
I'm
taking
gonna-
this so fucking jovially? We almost died.
I'm gonna whisper to those two before Ada could get here. Don't piss off the French woman.
Oh.
I cast dancing lights around Ada, like as a celebration in different colors.
Is that concentration?
I believe it is, so it will drop my illusion. Not my illusion, invisibility.
Ada, you now have
let-
dancing lights all around you. Go ahead and pull torches out for lights. Or wait, I think I actually have dancing lights. Do I have dancing lights? I do. Show to everyone. Create an NPC. Edit. All players can edit. All players can see. There's your new handout, guys. Click, drag, and drop, just like the torches.
Hey.
Okie dokie, let's take a look.
Look at that light.
Tiny.
Is it actually emanating light, though? It should be.
Yes.
like it.
All right, low light, 20
Yeah, it is.
feet. Good.
There a way we can change the color of the light? Asking for a friend.
Send me a different art. That's.
Oh. No, I didn't know if the light actually had like colors to them or not. I've not messed with the light system on Roll20.
No, it does not. It only has emanates light. It doesn't have color of light. It has different intensities for brightness, distance, things like. Actually, it has an advanced section. Light multiplier. No.
I'm going to turn around to Mr. Amazing, who looks pretty fucked up right now.
Yep,
I
and
think
I'm
would be
actu-
the. I
Go ahead.
want to put a hand on his shoulder, like.
I shrug it off, and yeah, I shrug. I try to dodge.
Yes. I just had to make.
He
contact
was
roll.
almost killed. Ada was almost killed, and then it seemed like you were taunting Ada as she was being killed. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. It's like, Mr. Amazing, please hold still while I try to heal
Don't
you
touch
a
me.
bit.
Do not touch me. I'm worried and I'm
Ooh.
concerned.
Yes, I am as well. You are not taking this seriously enough. How about you go off into the darkness by yourself and get killed by one of these things, and then maybe we'll have a laugh at your behest. Here, Mr. Missing, you can take this and chew on it. It will help a bit.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And do you mind if I help you see in the dark?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I cast Dark Vision on Ada so that she has 150 feet of dark vision.
Nice, nice. You have... Is it a D6 or a D8 you have?
D6.
Alright. Well, you get 6 hit points back.
Right, that helps.
I'm gonna look to Cat like, was it wrong to cheer on a companion to be able to kill the creature that was attacking them?
I think she's just still emotional.
I think the two of you are both idiots, and I will not be taking part in this any longer unless you start taking it seriously. And after this, then we are done.
What do you mean take it serious?
It was combat, and I did what I could to try and kill it. I couldn't kill it, so I then said, I believe in you, your abilities to kill it, because you're a very skilled individual. That's
Nope.
why I was cheering you on, because I know what you can do.
It
That question
felt-
is out of game. That seemed very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's being serious in game.
All right.
Yeah,
she's
Well,
like-
that
there
didn't
was
come
no
across,
sarcasm.
so that's the problem.
It's how I do her accent in that moment. But no,
Well,
she is.
in fairness, it was because Cat turned you guys invisible, and then the taunting started, or the what appeared to be.
I can't control
No,
what Cat does.
there was
No,
no
I know, but I'm
taunting.
just letting you know from
Yeah.
this point
Yeah.
of view. If you don't mind, Lady Adeline, I need to rest a bit.
Yes.
Here, and I will spend 10 minutes drawing in my book, and I'm ritually casting Lehman's tiny hut around me, and I let Ada know that she can come in and out if she needs to rest in here in safety.
Yeah, I'll go and take a short rest as well.
I suppose during this time I'll start looking over these ropers and trying to go through them.
Okay, roll me your perception check.
That's right. It's always fucking perception, not investigation.
I know,
Ah.
I know. Investigation is a privilege nowadays.
It's a.
Right?
I actually kind of like investigation because it's either finding stuff in books or figuring out how something works. So if we come across a puzzle,
Cat?
Yeah, shouldn't have been an advantage. I'm gonna re-roll. This is how it's toggled, and thank the green man.
Thank the green man. Everyone remember, he did give you each 2. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, I
Yeah.
gotta take mine off.
That's better.
Much better.
So, while we're in the tiny hut, I'll say to Mr. Missing. So you finally see now what I am traveling with.
Yes, it made me a little concerned, to say the
Yes.
least. I can't tell if it's sabotage, idiocracy, or just I don't know.
That is my problem as well. Now I'm starting to doubt whether I will survive if I stay with these two. Perhaps it's better if I go my own separate ways.
Yes, well, it's good to have you around, and I don't know what you're planning after this. And I guess I was just a. I forgot I could have had you do the D10 for me. It's all right though. Yes, I don't know what'll happen after this. I was guiding all of you here. I came very close to meeting my maker just now.
Yes, you are still very wounded. This is not a suitable location for treatment, really, but well, this dome of yours seems at least somewhat protective.
Yes, I will be honest with you. Oftentimes, even when I'm in a hotel room, I will have this dome up sometimes when I can. I'm not sure of the area, but it's served me well. It will keep things out, creatures and people that I don't want in.
All right.
I was uncertain of what you were saying about Cat and Damson. They seemed... everyone has their quirks, but I'm a little unsure now.
Yes.
Man, I keep rolling 8s. Look at that.
Nice.
8 times 4 is 32, and 5 is 37. I'll do one more. I shouldn't have said anything about the 8s.
I don't know exactly what to make of it. You know, it's earlier. Cat would usually produce some sort of magical blast of energy when we fought enemies, but this time I did not see him do anything to maybe make one of them float or something. Did not seem very well helpful in combat. At least. It's a bit annoying, actually. And if that
Honestly.
thing had taken one more bite of me, I don't know if I would have been here as well.
I'll have to keep my eyes open. I don't know what to think at this point. Maybe, I don't know. It's stressful in here, and do you think it's greed? They want the salt?
I fail to understand why Damson tolerates that thing. I have tolerated it as well, but I don't know anymore.
Cat. Oh, were you about to say something?
No, I was.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Cat. As you are helping Damson to remove aspects of these two different creatures, and you look over at that hut that he had produced that melds into the background, you hear that otherworldly snickering behind you, the appeased nature of your otherworldly entity. And hearing that is something that has become much more familiar to you. However, this time it feels far more hollow. You begin to think about all of the times that you have appeased this otherworldly entity and how it makes it so Damson is the only friend you can have. You can have subjects, of course. Getting people to worship you is actually quite easy to do. But Damson is the only friend you've been able to keep thanks to this entity. And it makes you feel very hollow inside. And for anybody watching, I think everybody is doing really well right now. Like, you guys are cool. This is just your characters. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I like to say that from time to time because it does seem like a group falling apart, but you guys have played well enough together to not fall apart. Kat, you heard everything I said, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if I didn't think this group could handle it, I would play it off and be like, what the hell?
So, Kat, do you have anything with all of that, or?
They will look upon Damson for a moment. I believe you have changed.
What do you mean?
You seem to be more caring for other people than what was.
She pauses and thinks about it. I mean, going back on like what memory she can remember on, like, no, I agree with you on that actually, Kat. I don't know if it's the amnesia or what, but no, now that you mentioned it, you're right. Because from what, limited I can recall, it was just you and me for long times. Not really anyone else. As long as we were fine, it was fine.
I feel as if there is something inside of me amiss, gasping and just missing.
Hmm.
I'm slowly not seeing the colors and the beauty. I think I may have gone a little too far today.
Dabs will walk over to Kat and just kind of like sit down next to them as they're like doing that and like kind of bring them in closer and like if you feel like you did, then it's well, you can always apologize and yep, I know you're sincere about everything you say. You speak the truth. You are. You don't lie because, well, not only did you say you can't, I know you don't. You have no reason to. I I don't understand personally why Ada was so upset about me cheering her on. I mean, is it wrong to cheer on your friends even when they're in a dangerous situation for that they can do what they can do? Like, if you were in that situation, I would try to cheer you on to be able to defeat it, and I'd still have your back. I mean, those fireballs I did saved both of them from the tentacled grip. And
He was one of the most useful within these fights.
and you were useful too. You got that one to start levitating up so it was a farther away. You turned myself and you invisible so that if something happened that we could have been able to save the others, right? I mean,
That cat
you
is going very silent and their eyes are going more pinpoint as the stars glimmer. The fur puffing up and slowly, the head is turning towards the voice that they are hearing. That's not you, Damson.
she probably recognizes when Kat is hearing something that she isn't, knowing that the cat is looking at something else. But at the end, even just like, I know how you are, Kat. You care for me, I care for you, and I know that we care for each other's safety very much. I know that you have my safety in mind first thing, just as I have yours. I knew you could handle yourself during that fight, and you know I could too. That invisibility was not only to protect both of us, but to make it so we could protect the other two. And honestly, I don't know if it's just a cultural thing with them because they're different than us. But I don't know. It feels like they keep misunderstanding us. Maybe it's just some curse we're under. But at least we understand each other.
You are correct in that manner of form. Otherworldly forces control the area we are in. Some are forced to feel things without choice. But it seems very soon I shall break away out of annoyance and not caring. That seems a whole lot better at the moment.
Well, I don't know exactly what forces they are, other than perhaps those, the fact that we're under some kind of like fey game from what you said, but if you're able to break away, I'll have your back no matter what. You know that. I'm not going to abandon you. Never would. I'd never dream of it.
I know, I know. Still, hopefully, we get this sort for Bidish so we can cure her of the affliction that we sadly inflicted upon her.
Agreed. She shouldn't have to live with that from the folly of our own. I will admit that this area is a lot more dangerous, and this travels have been very dangerous, and I'm sad that we lost Stylax's. Even though we didn't always get along, he was a good companion. I know it's hit Ada very hard. I know it's hit me hard, trying to rationalize and try to do what I could figure out to try and bring him back. But there wasn't anything I could. I realize that now. It's why it's part of the reason why I gave you that scroll, is that if something happens to me or to another, that you have a chance to give us the best shot without being able to bring someone back. Because I know you can get to them in time. My speedy little cat.
Oh god, this entity is such a dick.
That's the way you came up with them.
They
You know-
look down. Some people didn't seem to enjoy them. And you see them physically bite their tongue. As if trying to bite it off.
So,
Cats, I want to whisper quietly, and I'm going to actually switch tongues from common to Renee and ask, is one of the Fae whispering into your mind? Just nod if they are.
I don't see much of anything but the agitation and the slight movement of their body to move the head forward.
Alright, I'm going to try something. Some magic on you, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to bring my hands over to Kat, putting them on her face and like holding it like gently. ignore the voice that is coming into your mind. They don't control you or your actions, as I cast suggestion.
Cat. Oh, this is a long shot, Damson. Okay.
I don't know what it is. I'm just, if there's something whispering in their mind, I'm trying it.
Yeah. Cat. Do you attempt to allow the spell to work? You can sense it.
Yes.
Then you can make a wisdom saving throw at advantage, as your otherworldly patron is attempting to force you to suppress the spell.
Okay, dokie. Wisdom, here we go.
You can choose which die you would like to use.
The 12.
And as that happens, Cat, your ethereal, wispy glow begins to settle much, much more. Your eyes begin to shift back into almost a more humanoid-looking gaze. And at least until Damson gives up on this spell, you are back to whom you once were. Describe completely how your demeanor shifts and changes, as you are not the Fey Cat right now, at the whim of an otherworldly patron.
In that moment, with the changes, their shoulders seem to straighten up and slowly roll as if being caged up for a long time. Their hands move to look at them very slowly, and slowly looks towards Damson, looking at their appeal and reaching up and touching them as the slight glow of colours twinkle from the touch. What you would also see is elven ears reaching out back, along with hair that seems to be molded with brass of unknownity, with wooden branches of thorns that reach out back to follow with the mane. Their arms are ridged and pale, with what looks to have some vines towards it, wrapping around towards their fingers. And a tail like a cat, but more of vines and plants, flowers blooming along the back.
Mr. Amazing, Ada, you both watch this completely overtake. Kat, do you happen to have a token of your true self?
Yes, I can pass that to you right away.
Thank you.
That's his only response. Oh, wow.
Who dis?
You're pretty.
Sorry. New cat, who dis?
You're no longer fluffy. You're pretty. Just kind of speechless.
At this point, I'm going to step out of the dome. Short sword in hand. What exactly are you keeping from me? I knew you were hiding something, but this is... It's too much.
I'm gonna look over to Ada, having not realized that they could see whatever they or hear whatever they're going through that wall.
Yes,
I don't.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Damson.
I don't think this was of Cat's choice. I think whatever voice had been whispering to them made them how they were.
Well, in any case, you have been both for some time working. I'm not sure how actively, but Cat at least. There's some sort of curse going towards us. Cat has not been. He's been doing the bare minimum, always, not actively helping or anything. And it is time to get some answers. I demand it. Otherwise, this is the last you see of me.
Cat, as you are now free of your shackles and cannot even hear the otherworldly patron, as Damson has suggested.
I sent that token to you, by the way.
I got it. I'm setting it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are incorrect of the bare minimum. But you should have explanation as you are trapped within such. May I ask for your name?
You should know it by now.
No, I am a different entity of whom you have known before. No longer under the whim of the otherworldly entity. Now, at the moment I'm not sure. You have me. Greetings.
And who are you?
I am, well, from a faraway place. Very far. I am not of this era, you could say. I don't know as much as when I was asleep, only hearing tidbits.
Well, if you will not give me your name, I will not give you mine.
I understand. Now, are you feeling better? They seem to look at you, their eyes gleaming towards your own. Their emotion seems otherworldly, not anywhere remotely human.
Physically, a little bit, yes.
I step out of the hut and it disappears. You're obviously, as he looks at what was Cat, some sort of supernatural being. My question is, are you a being that was controlling Cat? Are you the one that was talking to it? Or are you the actual form of the cat?
The soul of whom Cat lingers of. Think of it as layers upon layers of different masks, understanding, clothing. But at the center of it is I. But with every craft comes different requests, different powers, different needs, different wants, happiness, sadness, betrayal, love, slaughters of kingdoms and comets. But I do not regret it, as if I never did such a thing, then even more tragedy would have came.
And Damson, you have known this the whole time, or?
No. I've known Cat as, well, in cat form since, well, the few memories I have of being a child. If I did know, I've forgotten, which I'm just going to look to Cat, because did I ever know? Or not?
No, you didn't have magic like that. It's only recently you've been able to tap into your potential.
Okay.
So, to understand this correctly, you are some sort of fey creature responsible for unnumbered tragedies, catastrophes, and various things throughout history, and this is supposed to help me trust you?
Oh, I don't care for your trust at this point. You annoyed me earlier, but for good point, because now I'm able to think clearly. I will apologize to you for how Cat treated you. That is very inhumane of them and not whom I am. I am a protector of the people. I've always have.
What people?
As I said, I brought tragedies, but in to do so came new and bountiful life over and over again. Heroes of the tales, of the legends. I mean, they look around and just spin in a circle with their hands outright. We're in one. A legend. A fantasy. Myth? Is it even still alive? Can it hear us?
I don't know, but I definitely offered its condolences to take only what we needed at the beginning, just in case.
Well, all I'm seeing here is that my suspicions were always warranted.
Oh, absolutely. You know the humans say, never trust a fae.
And I don't
I
plan
was
on
the
starting.
exception. As you said, to the rules, there are exceptions.
Forgive me for interrupting. You said that you're sorry. I believe you said. I don't want to put words in your mouth. That you were sorry for how Cat treated and reacted. But were you? I'm still a bit confused here. Were you the one telling Cat how to react, or Cat
No.
was doing this on their own and you were trapped inside Cat?
That one.
So
A
then,
prisoner.
cursed to be his cat?
Yes. Or to be what they wish for me to be, when and how.
The other Fae.
Correct.
So when I made that suggestion to ignore and not listen to any of the voices coming in your head, that cut them off, allowing you to appear?
Correct. Because the powerful entity that we should not really mess with is cut off at the moment. Their source, you know. Ha ha ha. Because a deal that I made allowed them to get access to this place here, because trying to cross over is not easy. But I took another route.
I would like an insight check from the three of you, not Cat.
Thank you. I was gonna ask for it.
And for the time being, I'm just labeling you was Cat until if you
Yeah.
reveal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, 17 on the Ada.
Here we go. 18. Not bad.
But Damson gets to roll a history check. Because
Oh.
Damson likes stories.
Yeah, Damson like stories.
Now, reasonably speaking, was Cat after being free for... How old is Damson?
19?
Being free for the first time in 19 years. At least 19 years. God damn it, Damson. Okay, you're using the... Okay, reroll.
Yeah,
Thank you, Green Man.
Thank you, Grandman.
You're not as well trained at protecting your face. What would a 17 and 18 gleam behind what emotions you exhibit when you look at each of the companions in your party?
From the get-go, going to Damson, absolute loyalty, trust, and love, unconditional. Towards Ada, friendship, companionship, annoyance, but yet someone who I have to protect, a maiden in distress. They do not know fully who they are, and that's dangerous, and need to protect her until she can remember. Mr. Amazing, a unique individual, but yet shady at best. Like most human males, there's more going on to him that meets the eye and mouth and fingers.
And Ada, because of your background, you recognize the stoic, knightly gaze that this entity has when they look at you. The only other person to ever look at you like that, since as far back as you can remember, was Stylax. Oh, sorry, there's also the other guy whose name I can't remember off the top.
Beowulf?
Beowulf, thank you. Yeah.
Beowulf. Yeah.
And Beowulf. And Dobby.
Slut.
A knightly gaze, sir. They have honor.
Yeah, with an N
Guys,
instead of a
hear that
K.
just now? Starlight. Are you okay?
And shining off.
Ada looks suspiciously back at the newcomer, if I can call it that. Trying to... Obviously weighing quite a few thoughts in her head. But... her annoyance isn't directed only at Wascat, but also towards Damson for seeming naive or ignorant, willing ignorant.
I think it's more the case I've just gotten magic more recently, and I think, like, Damson is equally, like, stunned and confused at the fact that this was actually Cat the whole time, knowing only of Cat. But still, hearing that it is still Cat, still, like, is trust. You can see that she is, like, nodding and understanding and trusting what they're saying completely. Because it's Cat. Different form, but still Cat.
Yep. What do they call that when you develop that relationship with your captors?
Stockholm
You-
syndrome.
Stockholm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
You
about to
guessed
say,
my
so,
name. Oh no. No, I'm joking.
Damson, I don't know if you are aware, but you seem utterly, well, how should I say? Not necessarily dependent, but you are completely unable to be skeptical of this individual, this person right there. It seems like we confronted back in EXANDRIA about this, and I told you, how could you not? How could you be sure you weren't under some sort of curse or spell? It is.
To be fair, I'm not quite sure on that anymore, but I know for a fact that, well, I might have known Cat in another form. There's still Cat or whatever they wish me to call them in my eyes. From what memories I have, I quite literally some of the earliest memories of just playing with Cat, of having them around, of even when we were just, going through cities, living together, just they've the same way you, I think, would feel about a childhood friend that you've remained friends with. You trust your friend, don't you? You would trust someone you've grown up with and known your entire life. That is how I trust Cat. Cat is someone I know. Cat is someone I care deeply for. If I was under some spell by Cat, wouldn't that have broken when they died?
Well, what was it you said? Layers upon layers. I don't know if when Cat died, something worse came in its place.
No, because they
And
were
we-
still Cat, I can tell.
Right. But this
Can we? I'm
This-
sorry to interrupt you, miss. It would be best and vital to collect the valuables that we came here for and leave as fast as possible for your safeties. Only because the longer we remain within here, the drier we shall remain. And we do not have an infinite amount of water. So please, I implore all three of you to help your fourth companion out. Grab the required material. And when we leave, I will tell you whatever I'm able to tell you.
So this is not a lasting solution, whatever you've done.
No. She cast a spell upon me that was inflicted upon Cat, allowing me to come out. Meaning when the effect is gone, I'm going to have to face my jailer, and I'm going to be alone.
Right.
But before then, I must get you out safely. Please.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna look to, well, basically was Cat. I'll do my best to find a way to make it so you can stay out permanently. I don't know how long it will take, but I'll try.
They nod towards you. I know you will. They put their head upon you. They being almost the same height. They're no longer small.
Mr. Amazing, I think you were trying to say something.
yes, at that point, as they're nuzzling each other, or whatever it is, I will
Good buddy.
close my book that I've been taking notes in during this conversation. Put it back in the pouch. Well, I don't know about you, but the salt is calling my name.
All right. And I think this is a good stopping place for this week, everybody. GG's! We finally get to meet Was Cat? Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.